That didn't stress him out, so I feel good about that. And then now you checked him, and you feel good about that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the area on his tongue where the mass had been, the cancer, there's a little bit of an abnormality still there, which we knew since the pathologist told us we didn't get all the margins. But it doesn't look too bad, and from the very thorough exam that we did with imaging and radiographs and ultrasound, it doesn't seem to be any evidence of metastasis. So that's really good.
Cool. So all the research you did and millions of things, and so you ended up talking to K-State, and what are they suggesting?
One of the oncologists there was nice enough to stay on the phone with me for about an hour. I talked his ear off. Very, very nice man, very knowledgeable. Dr. Sam Hawker, but he gave me lots of good advice on what the next steps could be. And they have actually had a lot of really good progress with the type of cancer that he has, using a chemotherapeutic drug. That has to go IV, so it does have to be in the vein. So we will have to anesthetize him every time.
Yeah.
But it is, you know, it's only about, it depends on him, obviously. We'll see how he does. But it's usually about 4 to 6 treatments, and it's every 3 weeks, so he gets plenty of breaks in between. And, you know, as with human medicine, it can come with side effects. Usually animals tend to tolerate it a bit better. We use a little bit lower doses than what humans use. But we'll have to monitor all that too at the same time. So keep rechecking blood work, make sure everything's good there, keep them hydrated, and
Well,
just supportive care.
he's only 12.
Yeah.
His trust in us is good, because that's what I said. I didn't want to move him to if he, you know, didn't want to be at the hospital, you can't go that route, but he did so awesome.
I know.
Today, so we're at Rescue Ridge, because, well, where they were, that night house is ridiculous to have to move him in and out. If we're going to do this every 3 weeks, we need some flat ground area that we can easily roll a roll cage up, and he hop in, and we go to the treatment. And I think, you know, and then we're going to move Mac down here too, because I don't want them to be away from each other for that long.
No, and I don't think, just for his own, I mean, he knows his brother. They're besties.
Yeah, so I'm
Less
thinking
stress on him.
I'll move him tomorrow, and then they can just play here, and then we'll do the first treatment, and then maybe move them next door so they can still see each other, and then we don't have to worry about those. You had said up to 72 hours where.
Yeah. So with chemotherapy drugs, they do, you know, as of right now, there is no known safe dose when you come to chemotherapy. So any exposure is bad. So even when we administer it, we're going to have to wear a full PPE and be safe about it. But for the next 72 hours, his feces and urine could carry, drug in it. So ideally, it would be nice, to keep them separated. I mean,
and they love they love to get in the roll cage. So after all of this, hopefully we can just roll him on back up.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna say he'll go into remission, and you know what's the other question that everybody's gonna ask is, you know, just like people with dogs and cats, which clearly it's a lot easier to do, but people are gonna ask, well, why did you choose to do this, for this cat? And I think it has to do with the type of cancer. We know it didn't spread, but to me, he's not that old.
No, exactly. A lot of it has to do with him, not even having to do with the cancer or anything like that. But
personality-wise,
yeah, exactly. And the fact that he is younger, and we could potentially, obviously other things could come along, but he could potentially have a very long life ahead of him. And the type of cancer that it is, the location that it showed up in him is very rare. No reports in a tiger, and it's super rare in dogs.
Of course.
Yeah. But when it doesn't, so his showed up on his tongue. Where this cancer normally shows up is the spleen and the heart, big blood vessel areas, because that's basically what's affected. When it shows up there, it's a really aggressive type of cancer that if you don't do anything about it, you don't get much time. With this, there's just not that much knowledge. We don't know how it's going to act. So if we didn't treat him, it's possible that he might still have a couple of years before it spreads. But we know if we do treat him, we're going to hit it, and we're probably, we're hopefully, most cases get remission, and they get years and years. So, I think we should definitely give it a shot for his sake.
Yeah, me too.
And see how he does, because like I said, it comes back to him, but he's so far so good.
So we're definitely going to need everyone's support through this.
For sure.
I think the drugs are pretty reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get a cost together, and hopefully we can fundraise just like we have for some other cats that were in need, and It won't. I mean, everything, not only the drugs, but we need all of our stuff for
So
the
blood machine.
The blood machine.
And
special,
any supportive care medicines that we'll need. So
maybe a special catheter for administering and things like that. So
we have a lot of the PPE now.
What?
But
Masks?
yeah, we might need more. Face shields are a big thing, which again aren't very reasonable price. So.
And we'll just see after the first treatment how he's feeling, right?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I mean, every time, I mean, technically,
it's quality of life.
If by 3 treatments he's all good, and by the 3rd one all of a sudden it's bad, I mean, then we just stop it there. But hopefully everything will go very well.
I think we can do it.
I think so too. And it's great, precedent, because I think this is something potentially in the future that for us all to get the experience of and be able to help our cats out in this way, because
have even better care.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we sure appreciate everybody supporting us and giving the cats at the refuge are always top priority, but top notch care, and we can't really do it without our supporters. So. And backing our decisions and helping us save lives.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.